There are so many annoying things in iOS 10 that I wish Apple would fix in iOS 11. Guys, in this video, I wanted to show you 30 features I hope to see in iOS 11. Now, some of these are really cool. Some of them are pure logic, like why isn't that there already? And some to fix annoyances that have been around since the beginning of iOS. Let's go ahead and get into the top 30 features Apple should bring to iOS 11. I think that many of us would agree that a facelift for the home screen is long overdue. We've been looking at the same icons, the same style for the longest time. Apple should mix up the interface, bring a few new elements, make it look a little bit fresher, just mix things up. We've been looking at this for so long already. Any changes would be welcome. And by the way, what you're looking at, this is a live animated home screen. Bring some life to the icons. I think it would be really cool to actually bring new functionality to these icons. Let's say the weather should display the current weather animated. Maps, maybe your current location right there. Messages, just show you who sent you the newest message. Just an idea. Bring some life and animation to the icons. I think it would look really cool. I mean, if you don't want to redesign the actual icons or the look, at least let us set a custom font. I think it would be great to be able to set a custom font, as that will be reflected everywhere in the OS, and you'll get a nice clean look. No matter what you're doing, you're going to be able to get a new font everywhere, and it does give a fresh look. So going alongside that, one of the most popular, most requested features that I have been hearing about and that I want even is a completely dark night mode. So we have these completely black iPhones now, jet black, matte black. What better way to go ahead and go alongside that than to reflect that in the OS with a completely black OS like this? No matter what you're doing, whether you're in the App Store looking at apps, whether you're messaging someone, there's a bright white background everywhere. And to have a new dark one reflected would be super cool. In music, even everywhere. It just looks so good. So iOS is quite mature. It's in its 10th year, yet the fact that when you change your volume, it obstructs your vision has been completely overlooked all this time. Whatever media, whatever thing you're looking at, whatever you're doing, it's just there persistently annoying you. Why can't we get rid of that with a very clean look just like this? Put it up in the status bar just like Snapchat and YouTube do. I mean, all the big apps know it's annoying and do that already. Please, Apple. So why can't our huge iPad-sized iPhones do this? Every phone on Android 7.0 can already do this split screen multitask and be able to do two things at once. I mean, we have the RAM, we have the power, we have the screen size. Apple, it's about time. Bring split screen over to iOS 11. In the same vein, why can't we get picture-in-picture, especially in YouTube or other areas where we're watching videos, to be able to play video while doing anything else, multitasking, messaging, having videos somewhere just playing so you can listen to it and do two things at once? I think that would be really cool. Now, I think it's ridiculous that we still can't lock individual apps. This is one of the most useful things I could ask for, to be able to lock individual apps, have your secrets hidden from anybody. Now, phones are getting bigger, and frankly, one-handed support for them is abysmal. That's all you get. It just brings the screen down a little bit. And no easier way to type or anything like that, but we can do this, Apple. It is possible. With an easy command, you can go ahead and shrink the display into one corner and begin to use it just like that. I think it'd be much easier for larger phones. Now, who else watching thinks that Apple should add a low power mode toggle to the control center as well as a data off on switch? Those are the two that I wish were there that aren't right now. And while we're at it with the improvement, allow us to put as many toggles as we want up in here for whichever function that we want. I mean, why limit us to what you guys think we want? And while we're at it again, the control center right now, frankly, sucks. Every time I'm trying to change the volume or the brightness, I'm either swiping between pages or missing entirely. It is so frustrating. How did no one foresee this? Please remove this annoying page system and bring everything back to one page where it can easily be configured without freaking sliding through pages. Also, Night Shift doesn't need a huge toggle like this. Look at how much extra space is there because of it. make it compact, make it cleaner, and all on one page. Now, I do like how Apple has been adding more 3D Touch support, but let's add even more to the upper row of the control center. So from in here, we can change Wi-Fi settings, we can alter Bluetooth settings, just any of the relevant controls, add 3D Touch toggles to them so we can modify them easily here with Control Center. And being able to just hold on the button and be taken to the setting for it would also be very neat. We still can't rename individual Bluetooth devices. I mean, how difficult can it be to go ahead and program something like this in here to edit the name? And having a number row on top of the letters is incredibly useful. I hope they add something like that in iOS 11. Apple, please let us set default apps. It would be so nice to be able to open up a link in the browser of choice or even a map and application I like to use. Now, Snapchat is a 90 megabyte application. On my phone, it's taking up 630. What? Is this the NSA harboring files on my device? I think there should be an easier way to clear your app cache, and right now, currently, there isn't. The only way is to delete the app and reinstall it. That's why we should be able to easily clear the cache on individual applications just like that. I think Apple should add new wallpapers. They've only been taking them from us in every single version instead of adding new ones, so a lot more dynamic still and live wallpapers would be very welcome. Now, Apple says there's really no benefit in clearing out the app switcher physically. I disagree. There's something about having a clean app switcher that I like, and being able to do that with one click of a button is nice, so I hope they add that. Now, the iPhone supports GIFs in messages, but for whatever reason, we can't look at them in our photos. They just show us a still image. So being able to actually play GIFs in the photo application would be very, very nice. I don't know why that's not already a default option. Now, this one is in my top 3 most frustrating things about iOS. The fact that we cannot change our camera settings from within the camera. We have to go into settings for that. How convenient would it be to be able to change our resolution, our frame rate from in here? Much, much better than the current system. Now, I would really appreciate it if Apple were to bring back slide to unlock via an option that you can select in settings. Now, I get it. Click home to unlock is a little more intuitive, but still, it's nice to have that classic touch to your iPhone with slide to unlock. Now, it would be really nice to be able to get faster animations. With faster animations, you're able to launch and close applications faster. For whatever reason, Apple has a very delayed animation currently in iOS 10. Now, I really wish Apple would improve Siri to be more accurate, more contextually aware, and most importantly of all, have some basic functions and settings she can change in offline mode. Now, I am grandfathered with Verizon's unlimited data, and to have a 100 megabyte limit on applications I can download over LTE is a little bit ridiculous, so please get rid of that. Now, I think Apple could do so much better with notifications, both in look and functionality, so to be able to organize them by app instead of just having them by time, also being able to expand and collapse them like this, it looks really, really good, so just take a little time to put more effort into notifications. And just like on Android, being able to put applications wherever I want them on the home screen, instead of having them organized just the way Apple wants them, it'd be nice to have some customization in this. It really bothers me the fact that in cellular, our apps aren't organized by the amount of data they use, but by the name of the app. What? And I wish Apple would let us put a hard data limit on how much data we can use, instead of just being able to monitor it, to actually have a hard stop limit for the people that have tiered data plans. And lastly, a feature all Android phones have that I think Apple should as well is a clipboard for everything you copy. So like this, basically anything you ever copy, you can go ahead and access right here and just paste it easily like that. And there are a few more that I actually collected from you guys from an earlier video that you wanted to see in the next version of iOS. So for users with a larger phone, a 6 or a Plus model, this screen is very hard to navigate. A better one-handed mode would help, but in most areas, whenever there's a menu and we need to go back, the back button is all the way up there, or you have to use the slide feature, which can sometimes be a little glitchy. So it'd be nice if Apple in some way incorporated that back button a little bit lower. You still can't FaceTime in a 4-way chat. There are third-party apps that can do 8-way already reliably, and we can't even do a 3 or 4-way, so I think Apple should add that. Now, this one is a bit of a stretch, but if Apple really wants to be taken seriously with their cameras, I think native RAW support for photos should be added. So to take photos in the highest possible quality for them, and as phones are getting more and more storage, like 256 gigabytes, it's only natural that an option for that should be added. Handoff for Apple Music. You're playing a song, you walk into your house, turn on your Apple TV. That song should be able to continue playing on a computer, on Apple TV, whatever it is you're doing, that continuity feature just isn't there right now. An app drawer would be nice, so for the people that have a ton of apps all over the place, having them organized in one place just like this would really be nice instead of having to scour and look through all of your folders and jumbled applications. To be able to actually have true Bluetooth support would be nice, and I mean sending actual files to computers, PCs, not just from iOS device to Mac or other iOS devices, being able to send files to another Android phone and a computer in general. NFC access. How cool would it be to be able to unlock your pool with your phone? To be able to unlock the NFC access and copy your NFC cards into it to be able to use in case you don't have your wallet with you. Also, native screen recording. Why doesn't Apple allow us to record our screen? Any third-party app that can do it, Apple removes immediately. And the iPad needs a new OS, custom iPad OS just for the iPads, because right now it basically runs a larger version of the iPhone OS and it's not taking advantage of that huge screen space. It could be so much more advanced. Instead, Apple has a basically blown up version of iOS on it. And also, where's the calculator? To this day, this thing still doesn't have a weather application, calculator, and several others. Why, Apple? And there you go. Those are the things that I think Apple should fix and add to iOS 11. Hopefully you guys do agree. If there's anything I missed, leave it down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And we wait until June to see iOS 11. Peace.